The Japanese army was signaling with searchlights. The boy thought it was fun, so he grabbed his own searchlight and joined in, but the next second, a loud explosion knocked the boy to the ground. At that moment the boy's father rushed over. He quickly told him to put on his clothes and not be scared, but before they could leave, the streets were already packed with people fleeing, and the Japanese army was right behind them. It turned out they had just broken into the Shanghai International Settlement. The boy's family quickly got in their car to escape, but the Japanese tanks were already tailing them. It wasn't until their car was rammed by a tank from behind that they realized. As they scrambled out of the car, the tank was crushing the car. Even though the boy's family held onto each other, they were still separated by the crowd. Only the mother and the boy stayed together. But then the boy's airplane model fell to the ground. Without thinking, the boy let go of his mother's hand to pick up his beloved model, but in doing so he got separated from her. His mother could only watch as the distance between them grew. Then she disappeared into the crowd. The lost boy had no choice but to go back to their house. The once lively mansion was now empty and silent. The Japanese had sealed the front door with a notice. The boy could only enter through the back door. The kitchen only had unfinished food left. The rooms had been completely looted. At that moment 2 servants were moving things out, and the boy ran into them. Though he was furious, his rational side told him that he was no longer their little master. He could only watch as they took everything from his family. When he got hungry, he ate whatever food was left behind. Every night he waited, hoping his family would come back for him. But a week later, there was no more water, no more food. To avoid starving to death, he had no choice but to ride his bike out to find food. Suddenly he saw a car with his neighbors inside, and they were waving at him. The boy immediately rode after the car. Just as he was about to catch up, the car suddenly sped up. The boy could only